What up, world? It's your girl, Talia Cole, and you are now tuning in with The Biz with my boy, D.
All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning into The Biz with D right now. We got Talia, who is a phenomenal artist, fashion designer. I mean, she's just so excellent. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you, D?
I'm great. Thank you for coming on the show. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it as well.
Not a problem. So let me kind of tell everybody, in case they don't know who you are. Talia was on the show, Chrissy and Mr. Jones, which is on VH1, and he does styling for Trey Songz with the jackets. I mean, flawless leather jackets. Great quality too. So don't think this is just your, I'm gonna go to Kmart, I'm gonna go to Macy's. You tripping.
Thank you.
Not a problem. So let's talk about how you grew up, like just into music, like in the music industry, basically. We get into the fashion side.
Yeah, definitely born and raised into music. My dad played for James Brown, toured 13 years with Wilson Pickett. My brother was signed to Curtis Blow when I was 5 years old, so music has been around my family for a long time. Like, I've sang in choirs. I, went to LaGuardia High School of Music and Performing Arts as a vocal major. So I just been into music from day one. Like, music is my first love. And, fashion was just something it just came naturally because my grandmother, she worked in the factories, for 54 years, like sewing clothes and stuff like that. So I would make these designs and she would sew them up for me when I did plays in school and stuff like that. So that came along with the territory. So music and fashion has been like hand in hand from the beginning.
You were pretty much, music was first before you decided to do fashion, right? Yeah,
that fashion was something I did for myself. Like I never really did fashion for anyone else, but growing up I always would wear really cool stuff. When I would do like radio interviews or red carpet events, I would always have like a special piece that I designed, and people, started to ask me like, "Where'd you get that? Who designed that?" And they were all pieces by me. While I was doing my music runs, like shows and interviews and stuff like that. So music, like I started writing. I was working on my own project, and as I was working on my own project, like some of the producers that I was working with would submit some of the records that I did, and I got a placement on Deborah Cox a few years ago, Slim from 112, Music Soul Child. I did a record with Estelle and Music Soul Child on Meet the Brown soundtrack. I did a record for Why Did I Get Married soundtrack on the Tyler Perry soundtrack. So, I've been doing music for a minute now.
That's what's up. And nobody would ever from the show, Chrissy and Mr. Jones, because everybody, how television makes things and make it, how let me not go there with name dropping, but I think you know what I'm saying. Make it like, oh, she just out of the blue wants to be a singer.
Right.
Something you were doing.
Right. The thing was, honestly, it's a 30-minute show. So it's but so much they could, cover in that show. And then it's Chrissy and Jimmy's show. So it's about their relationship. And it just so happened to be Chrissy and I are best friends. And, I made her my business partner on the jacket line. So that's what people that didn't know of me got to see first. But, as you discover my story, it's not like I'm just this reality person, personality that all of a sudden wanted to become a star. Music is, wanted to become a singer. And, music has always been my first love. So I'm not really worried about the people that don't know me, how they view it, because once they start to delve into it, they'll know it's from an authentic place. It's not like I woke up one day and said, hey, I want to be a singer, because that came first. And, sometimes, like, everything don't happen the way you plan it to. So I'm grateful for the opportunity and for, people to even know that I design jackets, too. So that's a plus. So once they discover the whole package, then it's something that becomes interesting. So, I can't really script how people are going to perceive what it is. All I got to do is focus on making good music, and the people will be receptive to it. That's the most important thing. And when you hear the records that I have done in the past, come on, a great voice like Deborah Cox, like I've written records for her. So that's a big deal, you know what I mean, as far as making real music.
Absolutely. I mean, that's a phenomenal deal. Like, how does that make you feel to know that you've had those placements? Because, I mean, shit, if it was me, I'd be like, what the? Never mind.
I mean, you know what? It was exciting at the time, but honestly, like, you know, you're as good as your last hit. Deborah Cox was a while ago, so it's like it's up to me now to develop the new stuff, the new sound, what's going on today, and, you know, really work on my project and people get a wind of what's, you know, what I have to offer now. So, you know, sometimes I don't really, like, the stuff that I've accomplished, I forget that I did it. Like, it's like, oh, wow, because it comes so naturally. I don't really indulge in, oh, I did that and I did this, and it's like, oh wow, it's just a stepping stone and people recognizing the talent. So I'm always appreciative and I'm always thankful, and I just thank God that I'm in a position to have those opportunities and just to continue to do it. And writing music and my fashion, I'm contributing to other artists, so that's always a plus.
Absolutely. So let's talk about fashion and how you just got really into it. More so on in the industry, you know, because you said you were doing fashion, and it was something that, you know, you just love. How'd you get recognized for your fashion?
Trey Songz and I had the same management. So when Trey started to take his music to another level and he started to make these great records and, you know, his music was really taking off, I felt like us being in the same circle and then looking at his style and looking at his pictures and stuff like that, it was like we were on the same team. So naturally, it was for me to offer some advice to Kevin and JoJo, like, yo, I really do think, like, I'm into fashion. I'm already in the fashion houses, in Versace, in Armani, in Balmain, Dolce, Givenchy. I'm in these houses for myself. And I'm going, man, this guy would look great in these kind of clothes. You know what I mean? Like, so I felt like it was something, if his music is going to another level, why not have this R&B star associated with the GQs, with the W magazine? So I put a package together, you know, because you could tell somebody, like, oh, I can style you, I could pull some clothes, but it's really like I created a vision for Trey, and I put a lookbook together that was, you know, really high fashion and how I saw him and what I would have accomplished for him in 1 year. And they looked over the lookbook, and I pulled the clothes so that he can actually see physically, you know, and it was tangible, something that he could try on and see, wow, this is really next level to what I've been introduced to. So he loved it, and they hired me for the OMG tour with Usher, and I've been with him ever since.
Wow.
And from there, you know, every video that I do with him and collaborations with other artists, then, you know, I got to work with the T.I.s and the Jeezys and Diddy and, you know, different people that, you know, he would do a collaboration with. When they seen the jackets that I would bring to the table, like in the different styles, they were like, okay, well, you know, maybe we can hire you for this. So they, you know, and I started to get different calls from different artists, which was, is a kind of a word of a mouth thing. I never really promoted myself that way, but when people saw what the talent was, they kind of gravitated towards it. And like I said, again, I'm thankful for that.
Nice. So how is it working with Trey?
He's amazing. Like, when I say he's so humble, we really work together as a team. And I think we've never had an argument, never got into a fight. You know, stylists and artists fight all the time. Like, for me, I think because I'm an artist, I understand what it's like to want to feel comfortable, because I can have a vision for him, but if he doesn't see that and he's not comfortable in it, then my job is not done, because he's wearing my vision and not his own. So we collaborate together, and what I do is I just got to really know the artist and what he likes and what looks good on him and what he's comfortable with. And it's just, I mean, it's always an easy process. It's not never really too difficult, because he, you know, he's not a diva. And he's just, he understands. I don't know, we understand each other. So I can't say that about everybody, but him in particular, like, he knows what he wants. I know what he wants. So when I'm bringing something to the table, we'll go over it first. And it's a collaboration between the two of us. And we bring the vision to life. And he always just looks super clean cut. And he looks good in clothes. So, you know, it makes my job easy, that he's not difficult, you know.
Absolutely.
And he's like my brother. So he's like, you know, if you with somebody all the time and you know what they like, my brother won't like that. I'm telling you, he won't do that. And then he's also open to new ideas when something is new, and I think, well, I think we need to switch it up a little, but I'm still bringing what he's used to, but at the same time collaborating with something that's new. He's open to it.
Nice. And I definitely see a great chemistry with you guys. So I just love that you guys are working together on the Bachelor side. I think music-wise, even though I'm sure you probably want that to happen, I think it definitely should happen because I think it'd be a hot joint. Or at least
I think
him.
he does. I mean, like, he's heard some records and he's like, wow, like, you know what I mean. But when I'm in contribution of another artist, it's not about me, so I'm not styling and then playing my music and talking about what I do as an artist. Like, there's a time and a place for it. So when I'm at work and I'm, you know, putting this, you know, his shoe on or putting a jacket on him, that's what I'm focused on. I'm making him look great. That's the goal, you know. So when it's my turn, you know, he'll do the same for me. So that's like, I pride myself on it. A lot of artists don't even know that I sing or don't know that I've done music in the capacity, because everybody can say, oh, I went into the studio, or I'm a singer, I can sing a little bit, like, but no one's known, like, really what I've accomplished on the music side. And they discover it later, like, yo, I didn't know you had a record with Wale. I didn't know you did music. Like, it's dope. And it's like, well, I'm here to work for you. I'm not here to talk about myself. So the discovery process is always much cooler than, you know, I guess bragging about myself or telling somebody what I do, you know.
So let's talk a little bit more about the jacket line that you have.
Okay, the name of the clothing line is Kiss 'em Couture. See, my company is Couture Music, which is all things fashion and music. So for the clothing line, what I did was I reversed the word music, and it's C-I-S-U-M. If you look at the word, it's like the M doesn't change, the U doesn't change, the I doesn't change. The only thing that changes is the S and the C. So when you put Kiss 'em Couture, you still see the word music in it.
That's hot.
Thank you. So what I did was I started, like, with the jackets that I was making for myself. When I did the tour with Trey, it was certain things I was out looking for, but it was all in my mind. It's like I can't find what's in my head. So what I did is I started sketching and started designing some stuff that I thought would look hot for him, and I came up with these dope motorcycle jacket ideas, like the fabrics. The leathers were crazy, like the sleeves came off. You could swap the sleeves, different colors. There was all these different cool things that I wanted to find in the store that I couldn't. So I just developed them myself. And with that came the same thing. People started to say, like, wow, you made this? Can you make me one? So then I made one for J. Cole, and then he hired me to do another one for his next tour. So I just started to make the jackets for mostly men, because most of my clients were men. All the while I had been already making my stuff, you know. So when Chrissy started coming with me to certain, you know, some of my jobs, she just had these really dope ideas, like, yo, what if you did something with this leather? And I'm like, yo, you got some really good ideas. And you know, she had been working on the protocol stuff, but nothing that came out of it at the moment. So I was like, why don't we partner up and you know, do the male jacket line together, and we'll develop a line as we go, like, you know, a full line, which would be, you know, women, kids, but we'll start with the men's jackets first, because everybody's wearing them. Fab's got one on, J. Cole, Trey Songz, Tip, Drama, you know, so it just kind of came naturally, you know. I mean, I know I keep saying it's happened organically, but it really is not something that has been forced. It's something that I'm doing naturally, and it's just kind of taking a life of its own, because it's something that you can touch, you can feel, you can see it, and it's like, okay, can I get one of those? You know, it's like going into a store and you go shopping, you see something you like, you buy it. Because I can put a sketch on the paper, or I can say I do a song, but when you put the music in, or you see the jacket physically, it's something that people can say, okay, I like it, I want it.
Yeah, it's all about being visual and actually hearing, seeing, and, you know, performing. And I think that's the one thing that a lot of people, especially out in the social media world, have a problem with. Oh, they say, oh, I'm this inspiring, this, that, and the third, or I'm this, but it's like, where do we see it? I mean,
Right.
We can't wait so long. I mean, damn, you said this for 4 years. Can we get something, you know?
Right. That's for me. Like, if anybody who did watch the show, like, my thing was I'm so results driven, because like the evidence of what's going on is in the results. It's like you can say something, but if people can't see it, they can't touch it, they can't feel it, then it really is just words into the air, you know?
Exactly. And I want you to do a jacket for me, because my brand is called Fierce Wings. So.
Oh, that's dope. Maybe we could do a collaboration on something custom made.
Yeah, because I definitely want to do like something fashion wise, but you know,
okay.
Let's talk about that after.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm going to ask you actually about a fan question from one of the Trey Angels. They said, this is actually from Ebony. She said, hey, and she wanted to know, as far as working with Trey, is there any kind of looks that we can expect you trying, like with him, like different, something a little bit different?
That's an interesting question, because it kind of comes on the fly. Like, those things are not really like planned. It's like it depends on, okay, I get a schedule of what the shows are like, what's the audience going to be like. Like, I know when to put them in a suit. I know when to put them in a leather jacket. I know when it's something clean and casual. So right now, honestly, just some like really, I guess the new fly, like, you know, everybody's wearing Versace right now, right?
Right.
For a long time, I've had Trey in Versace for the last 3 years, like really rocking Versace, like the old Biggie shirt. Everybody's on it now, so I try to stay ahead of the trends. And you know, like the stuff that people are wearing in the videos, Trey's wearing on the plane, you know? Like,
right.
And that's not to say, you know, people, you know, you get up on stuff when you're on it. So I would say the next thing for Trey would probably, I want to keep it new and fresh and let you guys discover it as you go along, because then I'd be giving it away, you know?
True. And then her other question. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say, you just always know he's going to be clean, cut, and fly. That's my goal. It's fly fashion.
Absolutely. You also wanted to know, who are some of your, who inspires your fashion style in the business?
Wow, like, Balmain is definitely, that's the house that's come back. Like, you know, they've been around for 20 years. And they take chances with the, like with the embroidering and the pins, and they kind of use this rock style along with, high-end couture fashion. Mm-hmm. So I definitely am inspired by Balmain. Now it's, they dropped the Yves Saint Laurent and Saint Laurent now, but it's, they're like the first, fashion house that put a black woman on the runway. You know what I mean? So, Yves Saint Laurent, like, it's now, like, I don't know, for some reason they dropped the Yves. It's Saint Laurent, so you have to be very clear. It's Saint Laurent now. It's SL. They use a lot of very, very clean cuts, like, so that I'm inspired by that, too. So you notice when I put Trey in the suit, everything fits into a T, from the waistline to the shoulders to where the sleeves drop on his arms. So, the list goes on, because I'm so much like I love Versace. Like, Gianni Versace always had that extra flair that was like gaudy, so it's like he mixed the gaudy with the clean fashion. And there's so many great designers that I'm inspired by, and then when I travel, like, I get inspired by being in the hood or by going to some place regal. Like, I get ideas from different things that way.
And now I wanted to know, what who are some of your other, like, clients?
I've worked with, right now, like, my main focus is always Trey, because Trey doesn't move without me. Like, I work with a lot of different clients, but it'll be like when they're in New York or if I'm in LA. Like, Trey goes to London, he uses me. He goes to New York, he uses me. He goes to LA, there's no other, other people, they use different stylists. But I've worked with J. Cole, Jeezy, Tip, Drama. Drama's like kind of adapted me. Like, he doesn't move without me now either. Like, he's got he got spoiled, So and just focus on my career right now. Like, I mean, Trey is like my main focus, and working on, my album, and working on the second season along with Christy and Jimmy and that kind of stuff. So I try not to take on too much because I'm very, very hands-on. Like, I'm not the stylist that sends a million assistants out. Like, I work directly with the artist.
Right. And it's good that you work directly with the artist, because sometimes when you have, like, an assistant work with the artist, it can be a little bit too much for them even. And
yeah, you're right.
What you want.
I mean, don't get me wrong, Jasmine. the Angels know her. Trey loves her to death, and she knows exactly what I would do, what I wouldn't do, which is great. But we definitely try not to take on too much of a load because of, I do have a lot of work on, with my own stuff. So
kind of gear back to music and talk about the album, because that's what I'm waiting for.
Mm-hmm.
Or like an album signing, posters, so we can have in our office contest. All the
it's
fun
coming.
stuff.
I promise. This year, 2013, you guys will receive a Talia Cole's album. Like, honestly, I'm excited about it.
Awesome! I can't wait. And I was just listening to another interview, and you said you described it as like a swag rock. Is that correct?
Yeah, swag rock. It's like I've always had that, because when I first started doing music, like, I didn't know what it was like to perform with 2-track and dancers. Like, I was in a rock band, so like I was a black girl with all my white boys behind me, keys, guitar, bass, drum. And that's how we performed all over New York City. I did all the, Village, Soho, like all the clubs down there. So when I got into the music business on a professional note, it's like, okay, we can't fly your band around. And I wasn't signed with my band. It was just me.
Right.
So I was like, okay, I had to adapt to the 2-track and to work with dancers, because I do dance as well. So when I incorporated the sound, I had live instrumentation, but I had the swag from, I'm a half black, half Hispanic young lady from Harlem. So
right.
It's like I got the swag because I was born with it, but then I got these rock elements. I write, pop records as well. So I combined the two, and I came up with the term swag rock.
Wow. That's so dope. And I think what's even cool is that you do pop music, I do pop music, so we might seriously need to just meet up, have lunch one day in New York, and like talk business for real.
Right.
Because I just love the connection. But I'm
with it, absolutely.
So with when can we expect a single? Because I think that's what the big question that a lot of people
look in this summer. Like, I would be honest with you, I would say around June. You will definitely be receiving the first. Right now, I have. I don't know if you guys. Vado just dropped he just dropped a mixtape on Valentine's Day, and I'm on one of the hooks, a hook called "Tell Me." I wasn't expecting it because I just wrote a reference, and they took it and they made a record out of it, and it's out before I could do anything about it or say anything about it.
Wow.
Mhm.
It happens like that, especially in the industry. Like, you don't expect certain things to fall through, or for your verse or your hook to be like the actual thing.
Right. So they are just getting like a little sprinkles of me up until the summertime, which I'm looking forward to.
Right. And then, have you guys started shooting the new season or not yet?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Okay. That was another question. I'm so
I can't really I don't really have much to offer as far as the second season is concerned, because it's all in the works.
I'm so grateful that we had the opportunity to speak to you, get to know a little bit more about you, the fashion side, the music side, the things that people don't know and should know, because, you're just that awesome.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Not a problem. So, any other projects that you have coming out that you want to kind of let us know about, or was that pretty much about it?
Yeah, I just want you guys to look out for C.J. Hilton, a.k.a. Prince Charles. His mixtape will be dropping in April. So you guys look for, keep your eyes and your ears open for the videos, for the music. That's definitely a project that, would definitely put my hands into. And, like, it's just, the music is incredible.
We'll definitely download that and play the songs on the show. So we got you on that for sure.
Definitely. Let me know. Like, I'll send you guys, send out the, what the first thing is going to be, so you guys would be like one of the first to have it and play it.
Okay, that'd be perfect. I'll definitely have to exchange information after.
Okay, definitely.
Shout out your social media for us real quick.
My Twitter is @real. That's REALTALIACOLES, which is @RealTaliaColes, and my Instagram is @TaliaColes, TALIACOLES. The website is IamTaliaColes.com, and my styling website is CoutureMusicFashion.com.
So everybody, make sure you guys check out Talia, and thank you again, Talia.
I appreciate you, D. You guys have a great day. Thank you for having me, and I'll talk to you offline.
All right. Okay.
Bye, world. Love you. Thank you for the support. I love my angels. They Trey's angels, but they really mine.
Uh-oh, he gonna get you.
No, he knows they're my angels. I've adopted all of them.
That's love. All right,
okay, babe. Well, give me a call.
I will. Is this